Hi, I'm Joan Burge, founder and CEO of Office Dynamics International. Today I want to talk to you about building a strategic partnership with your executive. I believe that one of the best relationships in the workplace is that of an executive and an assistant. For 20 years, I worked in the administrative profession before I started Office Dynamics in 1990. And during that 20-year time, I worked in 12 different companies in 5 states. Now you might be thinking, I wasn't a very good assistant. Actually, I was a very good assistant. What happened was I wanted to advance in my career, and so if I worked in a large organization where I could move up in my position, I did. I always had a dream of working for a CEO or a president of a company, and I did accomplish that. 2 of the changes occurred because I experienced downsizing and I lost my job, which I had no control of. And then a few of those changes came because of my husband's career where we moved out of state. I now have been on the other side of the desk for 22 years, and I have had various assistants work for me, or work with me, I should say. And I can honestly tell you that in some of those instances, we were just a team, and with a few of those assistants, I had a partnership. But there is only one person that I've had a strategic partnership with, and that's my current Chief Executive Assistant, Jasmine Freeman. I also had that experience when I was an assistant. So there definitely is a difference between just teaming with your executive or having a partnership or going to the highest level possible, which is a strategic partnership. I have a 2.5-day high-end boot camp that I teach in Las Vegas called World Class Assistant. It's a certificate program. And the first topic on the agenda is how to build a strategic partnership. So today I just want to share with you a few ideas from that program and give you some things to think about. So one of the great benefits of having this strategic partnership, one that I especially love, is that when you have this relationship, you're in the game. You understand why things are happening, not just that they're happening. You're not just taking tasks and assignments and yes, being engaged at some level, but not to the depth that you could be if you really have a strategic partnership. I picture it like a football game. So if you have a partnership or you're just a team with your executive, you're sitting on the sidelines. You're kind of watching the game and seeing what's happened, and from time to time you're cheering and you're involved. When you have a strategic partnership, you're running the ball down the field with your executive. You really know what's going on and why certain things are taking place and why you're doing what you're doing. And you're also future focused. So you know what is going to be coming up and you can anticipate and be proactive. Let me give you just a few examples of the differences between teamwork and having a strategic partnership. And these are some ideas that actually came from some of my participants. So one we had in teamwork, you're strictly the gatekeeper. But if you're a strategic partnership, you are really managing your executive's time. You are studying that calendar. You are studying what's happening within those meetings. If they're traveling, what's happening within that trip and when they get back. And you're really managing that time. You're not just dropping in dates. You're looking at all aspects of it. Another one that I like is if you're a team, you accept assignments from your executive. If you have a strategic partnership, you're going to ask questions. You're going to want to know what is the expected outcome. You're going to have those critical conversations. Also, when you have a strategic partnership, you are comfortable with uncomfortable conversations, which are necessary. If you're teamwork, if you're working as a team, you just get the job done. But when you have a strategic partnership, you're thinking about how can I add value? I mean, every single day. And you're always looking for that next step and how you can streamline your processes and what else, can you do to make your executive look great, to feel less stressed, to be 5 and 10 steps ahead of that executive. and really field questions for them to be able to speak on their behalf, to make decisions on their behalf, but you're also thinking like they would think. That's what happens when you're strategic. You have great synergy. You can almost answer that executive's question before they ask it. So now, how do you become a strategic partnership? Well, I want to share one idea with you. I'll actually tell you what all of the ideas are, but then I'm going to do a deep dive with one of them. So first is to get engaged in the scope of your business partner's work. Second is to learn to contribute to team objectives. So what are the objectives of your leader, or if you're supporting multiple leaders? Third is to become more involved in decision making. I know you already make a lot of decisions, but you have to become involved in more decisions. You also want to align your professional goals with your leader and company goals. And last is to listen and be proactive. So let's talk about getting engaged in the scope of your business partner's work. So if you want to get engaged in the scope, you have to know what their scope is. Now, I will use myself as an example because that's going to be the easiest thing to do. So someone might think that the scope of my work is training assistants, writing blogs for administrative professionals, doing one-on-one coaching for executives and assistants. You know what? That's how I achieve my scope. The scope of my work is to improve the quality of work life for administrative professionals around the world. The scope of my work is to make every assistant who comes to any of our programs feel like a VIP. The scope of my work is to educate companies and managers on the value that assistants bring to the workplace, and especially to invest in their professional development. So scope is the bigger picture of why your executive is there, why they come into work every single day, what gives them meaning, what is their purpose, not just that they hold staff meetings and they file expense reports and they take trips. So scope is much bigger, and I want to challenge you to find out what is the scope of your leader's work or executive's work. If you would like more information on this topic, I have a great CD called Creating Transformative Strategic Partnerships. And I would love to give you a discount. You can just click on the link to the right of me and learn more information about this great program. Thank you and good luck.